From the north side of the San Francisco Bay to Singapore, welcome to Urban X Real Talk Fitness Radio with your host, business owner, lecturer, author, master trainer, Tiaja. With over 30 years of experience in the health and fitness industry, he will challenge the fitness between your ears. So prepare your mind, body, and soul for the revolution of self-care, the evolution of fit, with real talk about real people, real health, real fitness, and the real deal behind our present illness culture. Real talk every time, all the time. Get weekly insights on how to shift your thinking, emoting, eating, training, hydrating, goal setting, and resting for you, the everyday athlete. You can cheat your fitness, but you can't steal your health flow. It's Tuesday, 9 a.m. Let's flow.
Welcome to Urban X Real Talk Fitness Radio, where we challenge the fitness between your ears. I'm your host, Tiaja. If you Google the word health, you're going to get nearly 7 million results, but what you'll also find has very little to do with health per se. Everything but health itself seems to dominate the front page, from Kaiser Permanente to Health.com to the National Institute of Health, and of course, the latest political wars over healthcare all show up on the front page to create a very different view of health as compared to the definition of health I grew up with. To their credit, the World Health Organization, WHO, has evolved their definition of health. Today, WHO defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Good for them. What is sorely missing in their evolved definition, however, is personal wellness or well-being. Now, I get it. Human beings are social animals by scientific definition, so I'll give WHO a pass for emphasizing social well-being and not personal well-being purely for scientific reasons. Let's assume this probably has more to do with assessing large populations and their demographies rather than political malfeasance. Still, social well-being, though of some import, means very little in today's highly charged political climate whereby people are forced to take sides. That is, to stand on one side or the other despite what they might truly feel inside. Long ago in Psych 101, I learned that to reroute your true feelings and emotion, the psych term with sublimation, is to do so at the peril of your health. For this reason, I've always told my clients that it doesn't matter how much you can lift in the gym if you can't lift the weight of the world off you once you leave. That no matter how fit you are, if you cannot accept all fortunes life brings your way, whether they manifest in your life as something good or bad, negative or positive, then you may be fit, but you're simply not healthy. Now here are my 2 cents, and feel free to keep the change. Fitness and exercise in general may uplift the body and mind, but what happens when you leave the gym or the track? See, exercise empowers us, but it isn't a panacea for all things. In fact, let me ask you, how many times have you left the gym feeling like you could conquer the world only to get into an argument or have a bout of road rage, and all the cachet you built up over the past 60 minutes with your muscle-burning, heart-pumping workout is gone, vanished as if in thin air? Now you're asking yourself, how did the clouds gather so quickly over what was moments ago a sunny day? Well, allow me to answer that one for you. You weren't prepared. The same attention to detail and mental preparation you used to nail your workout wasn't given to the details of your life after you left the gym. But don't worry, you're not alone. Most people sleepwalk through their day, then wonder how another year has gone by without them accomplishing any of the goals they set out to accomplish that year. So write this down. Each day is like a year to the body and mind because each day is a reflection, a microcosm of all your choices. And since both muscle and mind store memories, guess what? Each day will leave you feeling like you're stuck in a spin cycle or on top of the proverbial mountain. Now, if you're honest with yourself, you will admit that this is of your own making, indeed your own choosing, but therein lies the rub. Most people aren't nearly as honest with themselves as they are with others, and let's face it, most really aren't all that honest with others either. So where does that leave you? Well, it squarely leaves you in the place most people are in, and that is chasing the endorphin bath, the dopamine high and adrenaline hit they receive from their workouts. Because when it's gone, all used up for another day. Better hope you have some left to get you through the workday or dinner with the in-laws or after-hour drink with your co-workers. No wonder 5-hour energy drinks and coffee or vitamin supplements, illicit drugs, and particularly pharmaceutical drugs are so abused in America. But what happens to your energy when the argument is brought to you in the form of political debates or campaigns and heated conversations overheard at office water coolers, couched in the language of choose a side? Are you ready for that extra weight you didn't see the spotter putting on the bar? Or did you have a predetermined amount of weight in mind? Okay, you were caught off guard, blindsided. but did you lift it? Were you able to lift the weight off of you? Or did it crush you like it does so many millions of Americans every single day of their lives? And when you couldn't lift the weight off of you, what did you reach for? The bottle of pills, the medical marijuana, or did you go old school like alcohol and painkillers to get you through the day? So this is Election Tuesday. But don't let anyone tell you your vote doesn't count, because it does. Not the vote at the ballot, but the vote for health. Mail in your ballot for health for 2019 today, and allow whatever happens in the House or the Senate to take its course. See, you really have no power over that, but you do have the power to make better choices for yourself. And while you're at it, refuse to hate another human being because they don't believe what you believe or don't see the world as you see it. Let me ask you a question. If you were dying on your sick bed, would you really care if someone wearing a red MAGA hat came to comfort you in the hospital? Or someone from the far left offered you and your family shelter after your home was destroyed in a natural disaster? Well, you might. See, because most of this stuff has been deposited in us, runs very deep. Ironically, the red and blue arteries that run through your body were designed to keep you alive. The red arteries are full of oxygen, while the blue veins, which appear blue and red because of different light wavelengths, carry deoxygenated blood back to the heart. A poor metaphor, perhaps, but here's a clearer picture of what I'm saying. People want to feel and look good while having boundless energy. Nothing wrong with that. This is what people say they want, but people say a lot of things. At least they say they want a lot of things. Now toss out every other type of opinion poll, because deep down, these are the things that truly matter. Not who's in or out of political office. Having more energy, looking good, and feeling good tops nearly everyone's most wanted list. Only wealth and fame are in greater demand in this country. But this growing trend to shout someone down because they don't agree with you on every issue is disturbing on many levels. My problem is this: the obsession with being right is in some way the new race to the bottom. It has nothing to do with your happiness or personal well-being. It only has to do with your social well-being. That is, once you choose a side. This is not a recipe for success, but a recipe for disaster. Perhaps this is the reason behind so many Americans today supplementing their happiness and health with drugs, whether illicit street drug or doctor-prescribed ones. You know what opinion poll you'll never see? How much of Americans overdosing and over-medicating themselves has to do with their inability to control outcomes once leaving the gym. Now this Tuesday and every day from this day forward, I want you to cast a vote for you, for your health, for the sake of your personal and our country's social well-being. Each year brings new and interesting challenges, but this year is different. We are saying goodbye to the 2010s decade while boldly anticipating the 2020s. Now you may be in this autumn of your life, and so this next decade pushes you closer to winter than any other. But I want you to know that life isn't over. The numbers on the calendar may keep track of seasons, but they say nothing about your season. One thing I do know is that it's never too late to be healthier or happier or more grateful. You may never get all you thought life owed you, but you can always graciously receive what life gives you. Truth is, you are more powerful than you think. Truth is that each day can be like 1,000 years with a renewed mind and a heart full of hope. Your best days are ahead of you. But do you believe that? Well, I do. The universe certainly does. Now, if you can just get healthy enough in mind, body, emotions, and spirit, you can and will believe it too. Dear friends, I wish above all things that you walk in health and that you prosper. You have been listening to Urban X Real Talk Fitness Radio with your host Tiaja. Stay tuned next year for a new format with live guests as well as letters from the mailroom. Happy New Year, and as always, walk in health and peace.